So this case is still going at the time, and things are getting kind of crazier with you and Chrisean. She said that she had 3 abortions for you?
Yeah, I don't know how true that is, honestly. I could only vouch for about 1.
Okay, you know about one
abortion.
That I
took her to.
You took her there. Okay. So when she told you that she was pregnant, you said, I don't want to have the baby?
Yeah. Every time.
Every time?
Yeah,
okay.
I know her, I know you're not living a life of somebody who's even almost or even can get ready if you have one,
Right. Because then around that time, a sex tape actually leaks with the 2 of you.
Yeah.
She put that out?
Yeah.
Now, look, you're out there and so forth, but a sex tape is a little different. You got kids. And,
yeah, and she just did that just to make somebody else mad. So I'm like, damn, you put this shit out for free. We could have at least made some money, That was my whole thing. Like, if you was going to do it anyway, like, you don't do it the right way. But, she's just very impulsive, sporadic, irrational.
Right, because things continue to just kind of get crazy with her and you. At one point, you guys were a no jumper, and you kicked her off, and then she had a meltdown on the show. Was that when she kicked the TV and everything?
Yep.
Now, as you're seeing this, are you thinking I just got to separate myself from her? Or is like, well, yeah, she's crazy, but it's creating a lot of energy and viral moments, so I got to sort of keep her around.
At this point, I already had this unconditional love for her. And, so it was like I said, I kind of looked at her as a daughter. So it was like the wrong shit she was doing, I'm just kind of like, man, she gonna get it right one day. She gonna get it right one day, And then she just kept like getting it wrong. I'm like, oh my goodness, maybe you won't get it right. Maybe I have to start being like mean, like kicking you out type shit. Because you just don't know when to shut the fuck up sometimes. And then, so that was the no jumper thing. But it was the same thing that'll get her put on stage as what'll get her put off, So it's like,
because at one point Drake started following her.
Yeah. One point everybody was following.
Everyone's paying attention. Yeah. And then
it's to the point where they choosing her over me type shit.
Yeah. Because then at one point she announced that she was pregnant with your baby.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she tells you she's pregnant, and you've heard this before, but this time she says she's keeping it.
Yeah, this time her mind's made up.
Did you try to convince her to get an abortion?
Oh yeah, I tried.
She said no.
My whole thing was, I was more focused on her career, and I told her, I said, look, I know you think it's a good idea, you want to have a baby with me, and you think it'll put you in position, but when you have this baby, right, your career is over. Like, they're not going to care about you anymore. They're going to be worried about your son or your baby. That's all it's going to be about. You're basically going to take the light that you have off you and you're going to put it on something else. And I don't think that you're, like, ready to, like, endure that, because you're going to want to have fun and they're going to be asking about your son,
Well, September 3rd, 2023, Chrisean Jesus Malone Jr. was born.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, you were hanging out with your baby mother at the time, Jade and Alexis, partying. So did you want to go to the birth or anything else like that?
Yeah. I was trying to get her on track, man. I was trying to do a baby shower. I was like to the point where I felt like the female. I'm trying to do a baby shower. You don't want to do a baby shower.
Why not?
She just, I guess her upbringing just wasn't like that, Maybe she hasn't seen, her reason was like, oh, if we're not together, I don't want to do a baby shower type thing. And I'm like, it's not about us. This is a party for our baby. This is where we get free gifts and things that you're gonna need. This is not about me and you.
Yeah.
But she kept making it about me and her. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm not gonna force you to have a baby shower. Try to take her to a doctor's appointments and ultrasounds.
So she doesn't go? Wow.
We went to one, just to see the gender. But I'm saying, like, she wasn't, I was a little experienced. I had kids already, so I knew the process. She was first time. She didn't really know the process. She's kind of like, she doesn't know how serious it is,
Well, yeah, because while she's pregnant, she's drinking and smoking.
Oh.
There's a video of her talking about it. I think there's actually a video of her drinking, possibly, or talking about it. And I'll tell you this.
She never did that around me.
Right. Well, for example,
Smoking, yeah, but she never drank around me.
Well, the smoking
pregnant.
is serious also. I remember talking to academics, and he said he FaceTimed her at one point because they wanted, the two of them to talk, and she was like smoking a blunt while
FaceTime her, she's like smoking a joint. She's
While
full on pregnant.
While she's pregnant.
Full on
yeah.
pregnant. Smoking a joint.
Like,
and I said, aren't you? And she's like, shh. And I'm like, nigga, there ain't no shh. I'm like, the baby's in the stomach. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, from my understanding, smoking weed is in moderation. For a pregnant woman, it's not as severe, you know?
Okay.
Obviously, if you're just fucking toking backwoods back to back,
no, listen.
that'll
Like,
have an effect on you without a kid, you know?
look, you could find situations where people smoke crack and the baby comes out totally fine, right? But the whole thing is, I've gone through, a pregnancy before. The doctor basically said, why take the chance to put in something that could potentially, because I remember, she was like, oh, I heard you could drink a glass of wine a day. And the doctor was like, why take the chance?
Yeah, no,
Why?
none of that. I'm
Yeah.
against any of that.
Like, so
But
that's the thing. Like,
only reason
maybe you could smoke and get away with it, but why take the chance?
Only reason I say weed is because weed is medicine. Weed is medicinal.
Well,
none of the things that you're naming is in that category. Crack, weed, crack,
think
liquor.
that,
none of that is medicine.
I'm sure with your next baby, if your child's mother said, hey, do you mind if I smoke or not? You'd probably say, I prefer for you not to.
I mean,
All right.
like I said, I have my beliefs.
I'll just leave it. Okay, I'll leave it at that.
Weed is medicine at this point.
That's cool.
day and age,
However
so-
you want to do it. Well, the child is born, and when you look at the pictures and the videos, it somewhat appears that there's some disability going on. Is that true?
You know what? There is no disability. The only disability is her.
Huh.
She's not how can I say this? She's not like into it enough. You know what I mean? So the things you normally do with kids and how they start off walking and talking, it's a build up to that. And it takes a lot of you walking and talking to them.
Okay.
And that's where she's like not doing enough at.
All right, because a lot of people
he
think
can see, he can stand.
Okay.
He can move. He's very agile. He's very mobile.
he talks.
He doesn't talk. He makes noises and stuff. You can tell like if you put the time into it, it'll happen. But if you
Right.
don't, it's not gonna happen for any baby, gang. Like if you have a baby and you leave him in the stroller all day, or you just leave him. You're not as intuitive and tender. You're not putting on these kid shows and things for him to see and hear kids, and any child's gonna be behind.
Right, because people think it's fetal alcohol syndrome,
No,
FAS.
he doesn't have any of that.
He doesn't have that.
He had a hernia at the bottom of his balls,
Right.
which obviously messed with his mobility early on,
Yeah.
but that got taken care of. So that's the only thing I could say that would need, that would slow his mobility down, if he's had something that he can't
Yeah.
sit down properly, he can't, for XYZ amount of time.
Well, have you taken a DNA test?
Yeah, we took one when she was pregnant, and
While she was pregnant?
yeah,
Okay, so before the baby was born.
Mm-hmm.
And it came back with you being the father.
yeah.
Okay. Because when you talk to Wack, he's still a little bit unsure about this whole situation.
I mean, you know how people are with reality TV. They think certain things aren't real.
Okay, so you're 100% sure that that is your son.
Until I see something that says no, I'm not gonna.
Okay, so you're not asking for another DNA test or anything else.
I'm not gonna keep doing that.
Okay.